Welcome to Friday Flow Day for Friday, April 11th, where we're going to talk about flow blockers and how to overcome them. So when you're sitting there trying to get in the zone, but instead you're just scrolling on your phone, you're rearranging your to-do lists, or you're staring at the wall, likely there are some flow blockers in action. So let's talk about them and how to get them out of your way. We've got 8 to talk about today. First up is mindset. If your inner dialogue sounds like a doomsday podcast, flow is not going to show up. Here, first thing is to notice. Notice your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, your emotions that are associated with what you're trying to do. First step in recognizing this, self-awareness, is being able to say, hey, this is happening and I need to get past it. When we talk about mindset, we have to talk about beliefs. So beliefs lead to behaviors and vice versa, and behaviors lead to results. The awareness of the results we want to achieve can then modify beliefs. So this beliefs, behaviors, results triad is an important piece to understand and use it to your advantage. Beliefs or mindset make a big difference in flow. Knowing what you're going in for and why will help you to get through that struggle phase to get into flow. So how do we do it? First, as we talked about, self-awareness. Next, use some positive affirmations. Maybe it's Jack Handy or some other positive affirmation person in your life, but use it to your advantage to get yourself in the right mindset. Gratitude practices, which often involve journaling, can be helpful. And finally, visualization, using guided meditation, guided imagery, something like that can help you get your mind right to get ready for flow. Number 2, distraction. Your phone, when it comes to flow, is not a tool. You can easily make an impact here by putting your phone in a different room. If that's not possible for some reason, at least remove the notifications. Get rid of those notifications that pop up that trigger your brain like a slot machine. It's better to disable the circus before you even start. Next is the power of place. So the area in which you are planning on working can make a big difference. How's the lighting? How's the noise? Sound buffering? How is your desk set up? And are you using pens, pencils, a mouse, keyboard that you like using? Surprisingly, those things can have a big impact. Noise-canceling headphones can be dramatically impactful if you're in an area where noise can easily disrupt you. So figure out what works for you and put it in place. A next one, and a big one, burnout, exhaustion, and overwhelm. Sometimes these are broken out into 3 distinct things. I'm putting them together because they all have similar physiological responses and mental responses and can be really, really hard to overcome. You can't outrun your biology, and no energy equals no flow. So a big part of this is the rest and recovery, the active recovery that we've talked about in the flow cycle and that we've talked about in helping you overcome the feelings of exhaustion and burnout. Next up is clarity. If you don't know what to do or why, your brain's going to put on the brakes. So this is where goal setting and breaking your goals down into very specific, clear, actionable items has a huge impact. Those plans that you make have to be actionable. If they're vague, then your outcomes are going to be vague. So get clear, write it down. Over halfway through, we're going to talk about motivation. There's some overlap here with mindset, but we're going to talk specifically about motivation. And you can actually help to positively impact your motivation by building systems to get you in the mood. When we're talking about So an easy example is if you're wanting to start an exercise routine, it can be hard to get motivated to do all the things necessary to get that going. So you can help yourself by setting things up the night before. Get your shoes out, get your clothes out, put them right next to your bed or in the bathroom, wherever it is you go first when you wake up. Put it on top of your coffee cup. So in order to have your coffee, you have to get your clothes out of the way and on your body. Have your coffee, go to the gym. Same thing with flow. Setting things up so that you are motivated to take action. The systems that you put in place will make a big difference. If you have to go and get yourself psyched up to actually set up your desk to do your flow thing, it's likely not going to happen. So developing routines will help to establish and foster the productivity that you're looking for. Your time management is also critical here. Going back to clarity, being clear, setting very clear goals and actionable plans leads to time management, prioritizing tasks so that you are setting yourself up for success through how you schedule your time. The Pomodoro technique is a great one. There's multiple apps, there's websites. You can just set your own clock, but this forces you into a specific set of minutes to work. It's basically a time blocking function where you have this dedicated time, you will not be bothered, get your stuff done. Once you establish this, guard your schedule like it's Fort Knox. Stress is essential for maintaining optimal performance. We need this balance between challenges and apathy. But differentiating between the types of stress we're experiencing can be helpful. You've likely seen the stress curve at this point. If you watched any of my other videos, there is stuff there about stress and how we handle it. And you want to push yourself a little bit. It's through stress that we learn. It's through stress that we build. Whether that's our bodies or our brains or our emotions. And this brings us to overlap with the flow cycle and the whole burnout, exhaustion, overwhelm concept where we're trying to manage our stress. And part of that is knowing how we can recover from stressful thoughts, feelings, experiences. And finally, I seem to see a lot of this in social media these days, talking about how to overcome self-sabotage and imposter syndrome. But the fear of success, the fear of failure, perfectionism are all clever disguises for staying stuck. So once again, self-awareness comes into play. Are you doing this? Be honest with yourself. Are you sabotaging yourself when it comes to trying to perform? And then address it. Know the impact it's having. And then confront them. That brings us to the end. So today, of these flow blockers, which are your biggest challenges? And what's one thing you can do today to reduce that grip, to get you into flow more often, easier, recover better? Because flow doesn't just happen. You have to build the conditions for it. So block the blockers and the rest will start to click. See you tomorrow.